Hello and welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host / producer today, Nick Steffens. Coming up later in the show, we'll be joined by Emma Jennings, the volunteer quarter for PAWS Animal Shelter, as well as Amber Talbot, who is the director of PAWS Animal Shelter. We'll be talking with them about their plans for their new building, their June 10th lunch, as well as their new beer launch with Kelowna Brewing. We'll be first taking a look at the weather. It is 61 degrees and mostly sunny. It's supposed to be great weather for this weekend, so it'd be great to get outside and grill and have a PAWS Kelowna Brewing Company beer. So we have our local events. Yesterday was the first Washington Farmers Market in Central Park. That will be going on every Thursday through October 12th. Vendors make, bake, or grow all the products for sale. Food trucks feature each week, and business guest spotlight each week. That is from 5 to 7:30 p.m. You can call 319-458-9396 for more information. Today is the 19th. We have the Kids Fest, Health, Wellness, and Kids Oh My, presented by the Washington County Hospital and Clinics located in Central Park. This will include booze with activities, health and safety tips, and more. That'll be from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. For more information, you can call 319-653-5481. We had Emmy Keith from WCHC on the show Wednesday, so you can go back and watch that episode for more information. Hanson will be at the Riverside Casino from 8 to 9:30 p.m., performing a mix of classic rock and original material. Tickets are available at the Riverside Casino gift shop, or you can call 319-648-1234. I had no idea who Hanson was until Diana played their song for me, titled Mbop, which I knew the chorus, but took me a while to realize who they were. We also have tomorrow the Murder Mystery Dinner at the Victorian View venue at noon and 6 p.m. Enjoy a tour of the 1895 built Victorian home, catered dinner, and a mystery only you can solve. For more information, you can call 319-800-8805. And finally, we have tomorrow and Sunday, we have the Farm to Film Fest. Enjoy a diverse array of film genres from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. located at several locations throughout downtown. I believe they have a website online, at farmtofilmfest.org. You can find all the locations and the movies that will be playing. It is now time for the police report. There is 20 traffic calls, 7 animal calls, 7 warrants, 6 public service, 3 disorderly conduct, 2 fire calls, 2 theft, 2 disturbing the peace and quiet, and 2 assaults, and much more for a total of 72 calls. Our first call is from Brighton. A animal welfare check. Request a welfare check on a horse that is by the fence and all 4 hooves are curled up. 9213 responded and spoke with the owner. The horse is fine. They have someone coming today to trim the hooves. Go on TikTok and you can find people like shaving the hooves of horses. It's kind of gross, but it's also very satisfying. Our next call is a disorderly conduct in Washington. Caller reports a subject sitting outside listening to loud music and they won't leave. They do not want an officer to make contact with them. They would like an officer to drive by. 104 drove through the area. So I guess didn't want them to actually get in trouble, just a little bit of a scare tactic. Our next one is a property recovered in Washington. Reports items that had been stolen showed up in his driveway sometime during the night. 2 race motors, no tracks. 928 spoke with the caller. Information passed along to 9212. So at least the person brought everything back to the proper owner. Looking at the Iowa City calls, someone wants to talk to an officer about a list of things like being denied his right to call 911, and he advised officers could take their time, and he has it all written down. I'm going to assume that no one actually took away his right to call 911. Our next one is Iowa City landfill and recycling. Conversation heard, they were talking trash. I do not know if that is the caller making a dad joke or if that was actually a concern of theirs. Next one, this is a nice change of pace. Adult female apprehended being cooperative. Usually the people being arrested are not. Finally, this is a good one for PAWS Animal Shelter. A spotted dog won't come to reporting party, went down the alley, looked like a golden lab, chunky. And if I was that dog, I'd be a little offended by that description. They could have kept it at well-fed, taken care of, but chunky's a little bit of a rude statement if you ask me. All right, we're going to head to commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Emma and Amber from PAWS Animal Shelter. Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Right, well, you may know, I'm sure you know, I'm a drummer. Mm-hmm. If I had twin daughters, what do you think I would name them? Anna 1, Anna 2.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We are joined in the studio by Emma Jennings and Amber Talbot. How are you guys this morning?
Great. Thanks for having us.
I'm glad you guys were able to make it in. So I want to start with Emma. This is your first time on the show. Amber's been on before. So I want you to talk briefly about your background, how you got involved with PAWS and More.
Yeah, so my dad adopted his cat Chuck from there, probably about a year before I started, and then I recently quit my job over in Corville, and he's like, oh, like the local shelter is hiring. I know you always loved animals, so you should just go there. And so I applied, and Amber reached out to me and interviewed with her and Terry, and I loved it, and I've been there for almost 4 years now. I believe it'll be 4 years in July. And I've loved every moment of it. I can't imagine having a different job in my life.
I think we need a shout outs in order to James Jennings, our editor. I think that's important to note. This place would not run without him. Yes. So what is your role with PAWS and More, and what exactly do you do in your role? Yeah,
so I recently became the volunteer coordinator, and so this is our first time having just one person directly being with the volunteers and reaching out to them. And so my job is to try to recruit new volunteers to come in, whether they're helping out at events, coming in to snuggle cats, even if they just want to come on a really nice day and walk a dog. And then I try to have that one-on-one connection with them, and just so they can feel a lot closer to PAWS and they can have a person to go to if they need to. And so I just reach out to them via email, text. We have a Facebook group that I can talk to them to, and just try and get that overall connection with them so that I can reach out to them with any new opportunities that we need volunteers for, and they can kind of come in and help whenever they want to.
I think that's great, and I'm glad you guys finally have a position that's dedicated to volunteers, because I imagine that's kind of a big piece to how you guys operate. I want to come back to the volunteer part of things here in a second, but I want to shift to Amber. You're now in the hot seat. So there's plans for a new building. Where exactly is that at?
Well, we're
today?
really excited to share. Last time we were here, everything was kind of mum's the word. We couldn't share a lot of information, but we are excited to say that we've purchased 5 acres from the city of Washington. We're out in the new Southwest Business Park. So we're going to be right next to the KCT building, actually. We've got that 5-acre corner lot. And so we are just thrilled to see what the future holds for that much space. We are pretty landlocked where we are. We sit on about 4,000 square foot, and that is our footprint. So to have 5 acres to work with is going to be amazing.
I bet the dogs will love the 5 acres as well.
Yeah.
So as far as funding for this new building, where are you guys at with that?
Well, we are just getting started in the silent phase of our capital campaign, very in the developmental stages, but we are really excited that so far things are going as planned. We ended 2022 with our first large grant from Nestle Purina of $20,000, and then we just secured this week our matching funds towards that grant from the Riverboat Foundation of $30,000.
Wow.
So we are extremely thrilled, and pledges have started coming in from local foundations as well. So our timeline is to break ground in 2025. So we will be fundraising for the rest of this year and next year.
Nice. So apart with the fundraising, it's not just these grants and these pledges. How can people help out with this?
Well, people can help out by, of course, donating through our website. You can mail a check and just label it Capital Campaign Fund. We also have a Capital Campaign Committee, and so we've got a lot of community members out there helping us. So maybe it's something where if you're not able to donate towards this project, we could sure use your input or the networking. I mean, the relationships and the passion around our mission are what are going to make this happen. And so I think just networking and spreading the word is also critical. So if you're interested in supporting us, I would encourage you just to give the shelter a call, and I'm more than happy to meet with anybody that wants to help.
Well, speaking of supporting the animal shelter, June 10th, you guys have a lunch coming up. Can you give some more details on that?
Yeah, it's our first kind of lunch. We're going to do a new event where we've got the fairgrounds reserved, and it'll be a pulled pork lunch from 12 to 2. It'll be dine in or carry out. We'll have sides with that and a dessert option. It'll be a free will donation event.
Nice.
So watch our Facebook page in the next couple weeks. We'll be promoting that and getting donations and sponsorships for that event.
You guys have more than food. Also, there is a new beer. Do you want to tell the details on that?
Yeah, so last weekend was our beer launch, which was still a huge success. We had an outdoor carnival planned for that event as well, but the rain affected that event.
Of course,
but we wanted
spring
to make a fun, twist with the farmers market going on in Kelowna. But the beer launch itself was still a success, and so Kelowna Brewing Company has partnered with us. They plan to make a spring beer and a fall beer. And our first beer with them is called Dog Days. It's a hazy pale ale, and it will be available on tap through Johnson and Lynn County with partnering bars or restaurants that carry Kelowna Brew on tap that choose to support our line. And so when you're out and about, just make sure you ask for Dog Days to support PAWS and more.
Nice. So there's a kind of a agreement where so many. If I purchase one of these beers, so much of that gets to go to.
Yeah, so part of the proceeds will come to PAWS and more. Yep,
Nice.
It'll be an ongoing fundraiser. And then, like I said, this will be an ongoing partnership. We'll launch a fall beer. Our goal is to do twice a year. And then
Nice.
if it continues to go well, these will hopefully get canned and be in that availability later on.
Nice. So how did this come about? Am I allowed to ask how? Because it's a kind of interesting partnership, a brewery and an animal shelter.
So Terry Wood, who was on the show last time, it's kind of been a long time dream of hers to, have this partnership. And so we just reached out and sat down with them and said, have you guys ever done this before? And surprisingly, no one had ever asked them. And they were more than happy to. The head brewer was really excited to get to kind of craft something he hadn't done before. So he had the flexibility of crafting it, and everyone was very excited. Kelowna Brewing Company is such a wonderful place. They're very animal friendly, very supportive. And so, it was just an idea, and we just sat down and had a conversation, and it was surprisingly pretty easy.
Nice.
So,
So, Emma, I want to come back to you before we head to our last commercial break. Since you're the volunteer coordinator, how can people volunteer? How can people help out with PAWS More Animal Shelter?
Yeah, so we make it pretty easy. We want anyone of any age to come volunteer for us. And so if you just go to our website, and then there is a foster and volunteer tab that they can go to, just filling out the volunteer questionnaire, and all of your information will come straight to me, and then I will just reach out
Nice.
and just let you know any opportunities that come up. And like I said, any age, whether it's walking a dog, sitting and petting a cat, or even just coming to like our beer launch or any other events going on, we can always use volunteers to help at that. And like I said, we just try to make it pretty easy so that anyone can come join us and have some fun.
Nice. Well, we're going to head to our final commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll play the infamous birthday game, put you guys to the test.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Hello and welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I am joined by Emma Jennings, the event coordinator for PAWS Animal Shelter, and Amber Talbot, who is the director. It is now time for the birthday game, ladies. Amber, do you want to grab one of the trophies and display it? This is what is up for grabs. Whoever wins, because it's usually you'd play against the host, but since I know the ages of these celebrities, it'd be a little unfair. So you guys are going to play against each other. You guys are competing against each other. So our first celebrity is going to be a little difficult considering they're one of those famous people that does not show their face. It is the DJ Marshmallow. So you're going to have to just completely go off vibes on this one.
You just want us to shout it out?
Yep. Whoever wants to go first. He is 31. So Emma hops out to a 1-0 lead. Our next celebrity is from Dance Moms. It is JoJo Siwa. I think she was also on Dancing with the Stars a couple seasons ago, 2 seasons ago, 1 season ago. But most famous for Dance Moms. Not one of the moms, one of the girls. So Amber, you're gonna go since it.
I'm going to say 31. I'm going to say 19.
She is 20. So Emma's hopping out to a 2-0 lead. Next up, we have the British singer Sam Smith. Pretty big pop star. I'm honestly blanking on all of his songs and names. So Emma.
I'm going to say 31.
I'll say 30.
He is 31. So Emma continuing to kill it. We're at 4-1. So we have a bonus round now, and it is our least famous person. And where is this least? Okay, here we go. Our least famous person. This round is worth double points. So you theoretically have a chance to still win this, Amber, if if anyone gets this completely wrong and you get it right on, it is Jamaican film producer Romario Facey. I'm going to make the photo bigger for you guys. It was very hard to find a photo of this person, considering how little famous they were. Had to go to his LinkedIn.
I'm gonna say 25.
25?
I'll say 29.
So I have 29. He is, in fact, 29 years old. So
You're amazing. Wow.
that is, I think that might be 8 to 1. 8 to
Whoa, Emma.
8
Good
points
job.
might be the record for most points ever scored.
You
So
are
there's
there.
your trophy. All
Oh, thank you.
right. That is.
I don't know.
Is there anything else you guys want to add before we call this show quits?
No, we're just thanks for having us, and
I appreciate you guys
keep
coming in.
everybody updated on our progress. We've just got a lot going on, and we're just so excited to have the support of the community. Everyone, there's just always such positive feedback, and we are just grateful for that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys making the time and coming in and talking about all this. This has been Washington Live, powered by KCTC. We will see you Monday at 10 a.m. as usual. I do not know who the host is. That is my job for this weekend. So we will see you guys next time.